How often do we feel paralyzed by fear, the fear of making an important decision, changing roles and jobs, fear of public speaking, the fear of asserting ourselves, losing loved ones? Fear plays an important role in our life. It helps us to recognize life-threatening situations and is an essential survival mechanism. However, to live life fully and realize our full potential, we need to be able to go beyond our fears. Susan Jeffers' book Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway provides a practical framework and invaluable tools to go beyond fear. The first time I was introduced to her work was when I attended a workshop in Mumbai around 10 years ago. This workshop made me realize that I had got complacent with what I had achieved and was resisting making changes and new moves out of a fear for failure. That insight helped me move forward. Since then, I have often gone back to this book to gain insights, inspiration, and practical tips. Jeffers describes 3 types of fear. External fears are those that happen and are related to specific external situations or events. External fears are typically triggered by identifiable factors in the environment or interactions with other people, example dying, accident, war, illness. Internal fears are more psychological in nature and are often tied to a person's self-image, worthiness, or abilities. These fears may include fear of failure, fear of success, fear of inadequacy, fear of making mistakes, fear of being judged, and fear of not being loved or accepted. Internal fears can stem from self-doubt, negative self-talk, and limiting beliefs that hold individuals back from pursuing their goals and aspirations. Fear of the unknown. This type of fear is more abstract and revolves around uncertainty and change. It encompasses fears of the future, fear of the unfamiliar, fear of taking risks, and fear of stepping into the unknown. Fear of the unknown can create anxiety and hesitation because it involves venturing into uncharted territory without a clear sense of what will happen. At the root of every fear is the feeling that you can't handle whatever life may bring you. If you knew you could handle anything that came your way, what would you possibly have to fear? Nothing. To overcome fear, all you have to do is develop more trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Jeffers highlights some essentials about fear. Firstly, the fear will never go away as long as you continue to grow. As long as you continue to push out into the world and stretch your capabilities, and continue making your dreams come true, you are going to experience fear. Secondly, action is the antidote to fear. The only way to get rid of the fear of doing something is to go out and do something. The doing part comes before the fear goes out. Third thing to remember is that everybody feels fear. Not only do we experience fear when we are in unfamiliar territory, but everybody also feels the same. Finally, pushing through fear is less frightening than living with the underlying fear that comes from a feeling of helplessness. We find ourselves becoming obsessive about possible catastrophes. We can't escape fear, we can only transform it into a companion that accompanies us into all our exciting adventures. Fear should not be an anchor holding us transfixed to a spot. Jeffers provides valuable ideas to move out of the fear zone. Firstly, she advises to move from pain to power. Jeffers emphasizes the importance of taking action despite feeling afraid. By stepping out of one's comfort zone and confronting fears, one can build confidence and resilience. Shifting thought patterns that keep us rooted in pain to thought patterns that move us towards reclaiming our power. She advises to watch your words very carefully. She advises to choose words that help reclaim your power, like shift from saying life is a struggle to life is an adventure, shift from what will I do to I will handle it, shift from it's terrible to it's a learning experience. Secondly, take responsibility. In most cases, you are in control. For some reason, consciously or unconsciously, you are choosing to be in that lousy job, choosing to hate the single life, choosing to stay in a destructive relationship. Often we blame others for the situation we are in and love to think of ourselves as a victim. It is important to realize that you are the only person in the world who can make you happy. Taking responsibility means being aware of the payoffs that keep you stuck in a situation. Example: you may be stuck to a job because it allows you to work from home or pays you well. You may be stuck in a relationship because you are very familiar with the partner and are financially well taken care of. Each time you are stuck, be aware of the payoffs that keep you stuck and the options that are available to you. Thirdly, positive thinking. Jeffers promotes a mindset of growth and learning, where failures and setbacks are seen as opportunities for growth rather than sources of fear. It is not easy to be positive on a daily basis. Jeffers advises to build a network of positive and supportive people around you who can encourage you and support your evolution. Use visualization techniques to help yourself mentally rehearse success and overcome anxiety-inducing situations. The book encourages readers to focus on the present moment rather than worrying about the future or dwelling on the past. Fourth advice is to say yes to the universe. The term universe refers to the life plan that seems to take over despite what we have in mind, that force operating, seemingly on its own, that often interferes with our picture of what life should be. Those unexpected events or even the possibility of those unexpected events triggers a great deal of fear in us. When we resist, it creates tension, exhaustion, emotional upheavals and a feeling of, I can't cope with it, I can't go on. The truth is that saying yes is the only hope. In saying yes to those unexpected events, we let go of our resistance to what is unfolding. It allows us to let in possibilities that the universe is offering. Adopt an attitude of, it's all happening perfectly. Let's see what good can I create out of this situation. Tapping into the higher self. Modern society has been primarily concerned with the mind and body. The spirit part, which is the higher self, has somehow gotten lost. When you operate from the higher self, you feel centered and abundant. It is when you see miracles happen. Chatterbox mind is that part of us that tries to drive us crazy. It is the repository of all our negative input, from the time we were born to the present time. It contains our childlike ego that needs constant attention. It is constantly blabbering away all kinds of self-defeating beliefs. The conscious mind receives information and sends it to our subconscious mind based on the information it gets from our higher self or the chatterbox. The subconscious mind then carries out the instructions received from the conscious mind. The subconscious mind does not understand right, wrong, good, bad. If you listen to the chatterbox, your experience of life is fear-producing and stops you from expanding. If you listen to the higher self, your experience of life is joyous and abundant and devoid of fear. This is why we need to train our conscious mind to choose from the higher self through positive affirmations, mindfulness, and meditation. What resonated with me? We all feel fear. What matters is what we do with it. Fear has the potential to take a grip on our life if not tackled. When we are faced with fear, it is important to take action on our limiting beliefs and reclaim our power. Even if things don't go exactly the way we want it to, it becomes a learning opportunity and could be converted into a valuable experience for ourselves and others. Most importantly, from time to time we need to consciously tune into the voice of the higher self to seek guidance.